Hi and welcome back to Simply Web, where we are working through converting a HTML template through to a WordPress theme. In our last video, we covered off for the second time, creating a custom post type called projects. We created a custom taxonomy, and we worked out we got all this filtering working, how to input all the cards so that all the content is dynamic through there. So it was a comprehensive video. So watch them multiple times. Hit me up in the comments if you have any questions so far. But let's get on to the next step, which is the testimonials. So I'm going to create another custom post type to do all this. All right, so let me switch over to my monitor so you can see. Here we are on our demo site. Here's the testimonials. Here's the projects that I was just talking about. They've got all working, and let's get started. So if you remember, for creating custom post types, I introduced you a tool called Hasty, a free online generator. It just saves writing out all this code. So let's go into our ink folder and let's create a new custom post type called Testimonials. Testimonials.custom post type -php. And in this, we're going to go, here's our custom post type we created for the projects. Let's get that top section. And now let's go and create a testimonial. So we go testimonials, and we'll set a main to translate. Now this one will exclude it from search, won't have an archive. Now I'm pretty sure we need to turn public off. I'll double check that, because we don't want this to have a single URL, so you can't visit the testimonial like you can through the other post types. You can only call it through a query. Therefore I also don't want it in the nav menus. I don't need it in the admin bar. I'm going to turn all of this off. Yeah, we'll let them out. We want it below the pages like we did before, and we want a title, we want an editor. Actually, do we? No, I don't even think we want an editor. Hang on, I'm just thinking about this. You know what? I don't think we'll do it through a custom post type. I think we might use an options page. So let's delete that. And we'd already created these option pages here. So let's add a new option page down here. And we're going to call this testimonials. That's the page title. We're going to do that. And we're going to call it, the menu slug will be simply testimonials. That's just how it appears in the admin. We're going to do that. So if we refresh that now, in the back end here, we will see down here testimonials, which is cool, but we don't want it down here, and we don't want the toggle icon. So if we go ACF options page, if we Google that, does it show us in here? So here's the function. So there's the slug, there's the position, we want that. So we want it to be the same position as we've done with the other ones. Just have to keep it neat. So we'll do it as 20. So if we go and refresh that now, it should bring it up to here, which it did. So let's just put it, actually I want to make it 21. That's still behind that. So let's make it 22. There we go. So it's below our services, our projects, and above our comments. Now we want to change the icon. Does it give us I think it's menu icon. No. Let's just go back to our Google menu icon. Pretty sure it's menu _ icon. Options page icon. There it is. And it's icon URL. Cool. So in this one, oops. And we can create a dash icon. So what do we want? So if we Google dash icons, here's all the icons available to us. So what do we want? Do we think would look good in here? Maybe status with the thinky. That might be cool. What else could work for a testimonial style icon? Visibility, no. Share icon, doesn't look too bad. I've used Google before because it associated with Google reviews. So I've used the Google icon before for that reason. No, I think. Oh, the testimonial. There we go. Dash icons, testimonial. There we go. Perfect. Dash icons, testimonial. So if we refresh that now, see now it's a testimonial style icon, which sort of looks similar to comments. Okay. So in our testimonials, we need to create a new field group. So we're going to go into our field groups, get out of this one, and go add new. ACF, if you ever watch this, add another field group when you're in a field group to go out and go add a new field group. So in here, we're going to go testimonials. Now we're going to scroll all the way down to the bottom and we're going to go options page is equal to testimonials. So first thing we're going to have is a repeater. And it's going to be testimonials. So in each testimonial, if we look at our site, we've got testimonial, a name, and an image. So we've got a testimonial, the name, their position, and an image. So let's go to our field group. So we want the name. We want their job title. I'm going to also add in some other fields here that are common with testimonials. Company. We're going to add our text area for our quote. Now in this case we're going to change it to 4, but I'm on 3, but we're not going to add new line formatting. We don't want to be able to add new lines. Then we want to add a date field. So we want to add a date picker. And we're going to display it and output it like that. Now we need a image. So we're going to pick profile picture. We'll call that image. So when that's how we call it. So just so the person using it knows to upload their profile picture, what there is they're uploading. And we also want to change this in the presentation to only show. We don't have a filter for it yet, so let's go in and check that. So the image size is 100 by 100. It's actually 65 by 65. If you see, it's got some styling in there. So let's go into our functions, and we're going to crop this. So this will be a crop image. So we're going to say crop 65 by 65. And we're going to change that to 65 and that to 65, and we're going to set crop to true because we want it to crop it and we don't want it to scale it. Alright, so now if we go back to our field group, we'll save those changes, but we'll go back in and keep editing now. If we go into our presentation now we've got our C6565, so we're going to only output the size that we're going to render on the front end. We'll leave that as, no, I'm going to add it as a block. Alright, cool. I'm going to upload that to there maybe. Yep. Cool. So now, if we refresh, we've got our testimonial. Let's change that. So we go to our presentation for our repeater. We're going to output the name, and we're going to go add testimonial. So when they collapse, it's going to show the name. That's what that means. Cool. So now we're adding a testimonial. So first one is well, they're all going to be client name and they're all going to have the same. So if we go into, and because it's a slider, it's not letting me click on that. So let's get it, copy it that way. So quote, how many have we got? One. Let's have a look. Oh, it's hard to say. Let's do this. 2, 3. We're back to the first one. So we're only doing 3. Cool. So for now, let's just add the 3. 2, 3 testimonials. Quote, quote. And then the name, because they're all the same. That's why we're doing it this way. Client name. 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 And then we're going to add in our job title and position. I'm going to do the same on each one. Cool. I want to leave the date and the company field blank because they're not required for this stage. And I'm also leaving the image field blank, you'll see. Actually, let's just add one in here now. So upload file, select, and are they in here? Here we go. Testimonial 1. Cool. Select and update. All right. So now we've got some content in our back end. We've set up our ACA field and we've added some content. We now need to bring this into our live page. So let's go, let's close, let's go to our front page. Front page, and we'll hit close others. So we're in our front page and we're going to go to our index.html. Where is it? Index.html. Go down. Here's our testimonials. And let's get all our testimonials. Sweet. So in our home page, we're going to create testimonials.php. And we'll format that document with, oops, done. And in our front page, we're going to get testimonials. Sweet as. So now if we refresh, new projects, here's our testimonials. Cool bananas. All right. So in our testimonials, we want to testimonials equals get post, get, we didn't do a post type, we did get field testimonials, and we want options, option. Otherwise we want to return an empty array. Cool. Let's just check var dump testimonials. Refresh. No. They didn't save. Try again. Save. There we go. So now we've got our testimonials. Now we've only got 3 in there. I don't want to show 3. So let's do it so we randomize. So we'll do the first. We'll go if is array testimonials. Once again, that is our own helper function. It does not exist outside of this theme. It is something I created to help with making sure it is a valid array and that the array is not empty. And if an array working, if we have arrays, if we have testimonials. All right. So what we want to do, I want to shuffle them. So I want to randomize them. So we're going to go shuffle, which is a PHP function, our testimonials. So what that means is every page load, they'll be in a different order. Okay. The next thing we want to do is I only want to get 3. So I want to take our testimonials now and I want to do what's a PHP function called array slice. We want to pass our testimonials to that and tell it how many do we want. First off, array chunks was how it was remember that we were working with chunks before? That's how many we want. We want to tell it where to start from and where to stop. So we want to start from 0, right? So the first one is always 0. And then we want to stop at 3. So we're only getting the first 3 testimonials after shuffling. All right, so now it'll just randomize the order. It's somewhere in here. There we go. So you can see the first one doesn't really stack up because they've all got the same name and description. All right, but anyway, so now, so here's our carousel items. So we want to go PHP for each testimonials as testimonial and that closing div is there. Bring that in. So now we're looping through. Let's comment out all our other ones, our other 2, because let's just check the classes are the same. Testimonial item background light rounded my4. So the classes are the same. So I'm just going to get rid of them all now. Oops. Let's do that. Alright, cool. So now if we refresh, we're still going to have it all there. Oh, what happened? Why is that? Is that messing up just because of that? Yeah, okay. Cool. So let's do that. Alright. So here's our testimonials. They're all going to be the same because we're only outputting 1. So what we need to do now is if we go into our PHP, open a PHP, and now we can get all our fields for each repeater in our repeater. So we want name equals if not empty testimonial and name. So these are just in our field group. So we're looping through the testimonials, we're just getting all these name. So we're going to go image. And that one will return out an array. This one will be job title. So we'll call that position. This will be company. This will be quote. And we're not outputting the date at all, so we're not going to worry about date. Okay, so the next thing we want to do is in here we're going to go if image is our image, we are going to have a else in here, but we'll get to that one in a second because I'm going to show you how to do that. So if there is an image, we want to go in here ACF image, and we want it to be that C65 by 65. So because we're cropping it to that size, we don't need this style in here anymore. That becomes redundant. So now let's have a look, refresh. Testimonial. Oh, type. There we go. There we go. Oh, it is displaying it big. Maybe we do need that span and that width and that height in there. I'll fix that. I'll just okay. There we go. So we're displaying that image in that one. No images in these. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to go and do something funny. So we're going to go else. And I actually did this on Simply website. So I'm just going to open that. Okay, so this is the reviews from the Simply website where I did it similarly here. So what I'm going to do is else if author. We don't want else if author. We want else if name does not equal. Okay. And then you can see after that else if company equals. So I'm just going to get rid of we'll do that. And that should be the last. There's no, yep, that just closes off. This is why I added a company, because they can output if they want. So, oh, we can get rid of this one. There's self. All right, cool. So we're going to do the same thing here, but if we look, we're going to create, we're going to get the first letter, and then we're going to create an SVG. So if we go into here, PHP, first letter equals name, so we're going to get the first thing, and we want that to be width 65, height 65, and first letter, we don't need the font family in there. Just going to set the font family to sans serif. I'll leave that as is for now. We should have a fill there. There it is. So what? So that's fill is back. Oh, that might be. Oh, I'll work about this in a second. So else if, and then what we're going to do is this SVG, and then we're going to echo that out. So we get that same image. Let's just do this, and then we can do this, and then we can go echo, and in here get rid of that. Come on. We don't need to do that, and we can do echo image class, and in here we want to go SVG for the image. SVG. So we're going to do the same thing. Oh, hang on. Yeah. Oh, we've got. Yeah, that's right. So then we're going to do the same thing for the company. So we're going to go copy that up. We're going to do the same thing for the company, except it'll be company. So if we refresh now, let's see if this worked. No, something went wrong. Okay, so we need to do that. Okay, we need to convert it to a base 64. So source equals that. Let's refresh now. There we go. So here, so we can see we're outputting C for client name. C for client name. But if we went in and did, let's do this one. Let's get rid of his client name and client, let's go my company, just so we break it up so it's not C, and refresh. You can see that one's now an N. Let's find out what this font family is. Computer, font family is Jost. So let's go back to our font and change that to Jost. Thought I deleted that. I must have not. Anyway, there you go. So now it's Jost. So now it matches our heading. Cool. Now we want to be able to see that. So what I'm going to do is in here, let's add BG primary. See if that works. There we go. Sweet. I'm going to change that font size to change that to 65 as well. 65, 65, 65. Let's add that background primary to that one. So we're replicating exactly what we're doing for author and company. Let's go. What happened if I did this? And then the next thing I want to do is change that. I'm going to change that to 32. Let's just try that one for now. That looks better. 32 works for me. Boom. Yeah, I'm happy with that. So now if they don't have an image, middle image, it will just show the first thing. It's just a nice thing to do in my opinion. So that way they don't, if they don't provide a profile picture, which not all testimonials do, we're going to output either the client name or the company name. Sweet, so that's all working. And now I'm going to do this. Oops. Now we want to go if name does not equal empty. Let's output the name. Alright. Else if company does not equal empty. So if they have a company, if they have a personal name, we're going to show the personal name. Otherwise, if they have a company name, we're going to show the company. Let's have a look. See, my company for that one, and all the others have the client name. Now we're going to go if is it job title? Position. If position does not equal empty, let's output the position. if, let's do, now let's do if position is not empty and name is. So think about this. What I want to do, I want to go comma company name. But yeah, but we only want to. But if the name is empty, show it, because otherwise the company name shows up here. So like for this one here, my company, we don't necessarily want to show profession my company. So else if position does not equal is empty. So we'll say if the position is empty and company we need to do this here. And company does not equal empty. So this one is, so if position is empty and company does not equal empty, then we're going to just output the company. We can do that as well, actually. So we're saying, so in this one we're saying, hey, position's got a value, name hasn't, and company does. Output the position and company. This one we're saying position does not have a value, name does not have a value, but company does have a value. Output the company. And then finally, we want to go else if position does not equal empty. Just output the position. So let me run through what that means. Let's just run through all that, what I did and why I did it. All right, so basically, if we're showing a client name, then if they have a profession and a company, show copies separated position company. If we're showing the company name, only show, and there's no position, show the position, if there's a position. Otherwise, only show the position if there is one. So, yes. So if we look, company, so if we look, post, can't type. Did call it position, didn't I? Did I do it up here? Postition. Where is postition? On line 50. Okay, so yeah, so here we're going, oh, so this is my company. It shouldn't show that company. Oh. So we're saying, something's wrong. So If position is not empty but name is empty and company is not empty, show the position / company. No, name does not equal empty. So we've got a position and we've got a name. And we've got a company. Let's give her a company. Because we haven't got any companies, we've got clients. So yes, so now we've got client name, position, company. Client company, only position. Client name, no company, just the position. There we go. Sweet. So that's what I wanted to loop through. All right, the next thing I want is basically our testimonials header section, which is in our home page. So we go back to our field groups, go to our home page, click on our testimonials, so we'll create a tab and testimonials. Left align, and same as we've done up here. So we're going to go pre-heading testimonials. We're going to add a heading. Did I do a text area? I did. Text area, heading, presentation to automatically add breaks, save changes. Actually, we want to make our pre-heading default to be testimonials. Save. So now we can go into our pre-heading equals get field, and our default value will be testimonials. And at the bottom, let's get our ID for that field, that one, and then our heading is empty. Cool. So here's our, so we go if pre-heading equals empty. Now we want to return a default value. So don't select all. I just want to duplicate that line. Else. So basically, if there is no pre-heading, we're going to output the default of testimonials. Else, if it isn't empty, let's get the value that's been set. So there's always a value. So by default, the value is testimonials. If you don't, set one. And in heading, so if heading does not equal that, because we're allowing this to be empty, and we're going to get that value. Now the other thing you'll notice is, once again, is the H1 tag. Let's give it a H2, change to H2, and give it the class of H1. So it gets the styling. Oops. Like that. So let's go and edit our page. Update. And this, what say our clients, is bad English. So let's say what our clients say. Oops. Update. And now we refresh what our clients say, testimonials. And we've got our testimonials section working. And we've created some custom functionality where if there's no image, which is pretty cool, we're outputting client names and company names, whatever the case may be, based on the values. You'll know we're not using the date field. The reason I put it in there is just in case, instead of doing random shuffle like we did up here when we shuffle, we get we can filter sorted by date, get sort by date, and then get the 3. So yeah, anyway, that's why I've got the date field, or we could output the date somewhere if we wanted to. But for now, that will do for the testimonial section. And last section, I believe, yes, the last section is our team members, which once again isn't going to be a custom post type. We're going to do this the same way we did the testimonials, where we're going to use an ACF options page and just repeat the fields. So give me a minute, we'll get back to the next into the next course, into the next video. So I'll see you soon.